Good afternoon, dear teachers. So welcome to the fourth live session of the Digital Teacher program. So before we move on to the lesson, I would like to do a little game with you all. So let me present my screen. And am I audible and visible to all of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay. So I think you all are very familiar with crossword puzzles. So we are going to do one. So this is done using crosswordlabs.com. So you all can also try this out. Okay. So I will start with an easy one. So let's go with this. So it's a game-based learning platform used to make interactive quizzes. So we have, I think we used this tool last week, if you all could remember. What do you all think it is? It's a game-based learning platform. Yes, Kahoot. Correct. So okay, let's go with another easy one. It's a digital tool used to make cool games inside your browser. We did that. We again, I think, did this also last week. So if you all can remember, you all did a little game.
Game fruit.
Yes, that is game fruit. Correct. So then I will go with another easy one. Okay. The traditional role of a teacher as a knowledge transmitter is now emerging too, because earlier the teacher was only a knowledge transmitter, but now the modern teacher, now the role is emerging to something different. If you all think, now what am I doing? Am I teaching you all? Am I just transmitting knowledge? Or am I doing something else? So that is the new role of a teacher, which you will be learning in the Quest 4 of the Digital Teacher course. What do you think it is?
Guide. Guide?
Yes, absolutely. Fantastic. Yes, the teacher's role has now become a guide. So that is what I am doing with you all. I'm not a teacher, I'm a guide. So that's how this role has emerged. And what do you think now? The traditional role of a student as a consumer is now emerging too. So now the students are not consumers anymore, and teachers are not on knowledge transmitters. So what am I getting y'all to do by doing this lesson? What am I encouraging y'all to do and to become? Because in this lesson y'all are the students, so what am I getting y'all to do or become? Are you all consumers? Or and before before starting the lesson, I asked that now next week we will have a session that you all will be doing some lessons. So what am I getting you all to do to become?
Engaged.
uh, Not engaged, that is also correct, but as a student now, uh, what am I going to get you all to become, like do? If you think, earlier the student was just a consumer, so they were consuming all the knowledge, and we discussed about play is the highest form of learning. And now what have I done with these digital tools? Now what am I doing and what am I asking you all to do with these digital tools?
Experience.
Uh, yeah, that is also true. But here it's another word starting from C.
Conduct. No.
No.
Conduct. We use it. Conduct.
Student is
Communication.
no. The,
Communication.
No.
no. The student is now a starting from C.
Consumer. No.
Consumer.
No. Uh,
Creator.
exactly. Creator. So that is the modern role of a student. So this also you will learn in the quest 4 of the digital teacher course. So the student is a creator now. And let's come to what is sixth. Uh, okay, let's go to this one. This is used to ascertain how much a learner has been able to learn in the end or at regular intervals during the learning process. What do we do?
Assessment.
Exactly. Assess. Okay, fantastic. Right. So we have two more words. So these all you will be learning in Quest 4, and a person doing something. Okay, we'll go for with this because it's. I think there are more words. A person doing something that benefits only him or her. What is it called? So, person doing something that benefits only him or her. Starting with A.
Achievement.
Achievement.
Yes, achievement. And the opposite of that, a person doing something that benefits others and the world outside. Not an achievement, but an starting with again A. So this is the last word. Amazing. So we have figured out all the words very soon. What do you all think? Achievement and some other words similar to achievement starting with A. Any you want any hints? That is also month starting with A.
Assessment.
Not assessment. Uh, I want you all to do this and not to achieve once this course is
Accomplishment.
exactly accomplishment. Yes, fantastic. So yes, accomplishment is a person doing something that benefits others and the world outside. So we have to teach students to accomplish things rather than achieving things. So yes, so I want all of you dear teachers to not to achieve uh, the end of this course, but to accomplish uh, this course, to share this knowledge with our dear students uh, for the benefit of them. So, okay, super. Thank you so much. And we have figured out all the words very soon. So, okay, so let me come to the next part, and now we are going to do uh, a little test. So you all are going to do a little test. So I actually was speaking about this different types of learners. We have auditory learners, visual learners, kinesthetic learners. But rather than speaking about the types of learners, it's very important for us to understand what type of a learner we are. And also, this is a simple exercise. So let me share the link in the Telegram group. And I'm sorry. This is a different. Sorry. Let me share the link. So I want you to take this test and see what type of a learner you are. So this is actually in a website in Arden University. So when you click on this link, you will be directed to this page, and you have to answer these questions. You have to select A, B, or C. You prefer to. So, and finally, I want you all to share with tell me what type of a learner you actually are. You can take it will take only 3-4 minutes. So let me know once you finish. Miss Shanika has raised her hand. Have you finished, Miss?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What type of a learner are you?
An auditory learner.
Oh, wow. Interesting. So, is it correct? Are you really an auditory learner?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Very nice. And Miss Nasma, what type of a learner are you?
Auditory learner, sir.
Okay. Interesting. So, is it correct, Miss?
Yes, I would prefer to listen and hear more things rather than reading and getting it known.
Okay. Okay. Very interesting. So, you all can actually do this activity to your class. Okay, I see Miss Rochella also raised her hand. So what type of learner are you, Miss?
I got kinesthetic learner.
Kinesthetic. Okay. So you learn by doing things. So is it
Yes,
correct?
that's so 100% true. Hands-on learning. Yes, I like
Oh
to.
wow, very interesting. So what about you, Miss Pulakshika?
Mixture of visual and auditory.
Ah, okay. Very interesting. So is it correct, Miss?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Actually, visual, not auditory.
Oh, not auditory. So, but you got the result as both, no?
Yes,
Mixture.
yes.
Okay. Interesting. So, what about Miss Manuja and Miss Manisha?
Kinesthetic, sir.
I
Sorry.
am an auditory learner. I am
Ah,
an auditory learner.
is that correct, Miss? So, are you
Yes,
an auditory learner?
correct. Correct, correct.
Very nice. And what about Miss Manisha? Are you still doing?
Yes, yes, kinesthetic.
Oh, okay. Is that correct? So,
Yeah, somewhat, not
okay.
completely.
Uh-huh. Okay, very interesting. Because while you all were doing, I also did mine. So I am also a kinesthetic learner, which is very true because I also learn things by doing. So I think sometimes I'm also visual, but more I'm a kinesthetic person. So this simple activity you all can actually give to your learners because then you can focus on your lesson like where you should focus more. So let's say if you have a uh, class with majority of kinesthetic, let's say 80%, so that is where you have to uh, concentrate in your lesson, like because most of your learners are kinesthetic. So if you have a majority of class visual, so always our lessons are combination of all these. So but you can prioritize where to focus more depending on your audience. So you can I will share all these links so you can do all this with your learners. So now uh, before that, any questions or any clarifications before we move on to the next section? Because today I have actually uh, uh, quite a lot of things to share with you. Uh, since this is the final session today, so before I move on, anything for you all to clarify? Okay, so I'll take that as a no. So now we are going to do another activity. So which is we are going to start a poll. So polling also you can do in your lessons. So now there another link here. So this is the link to what? Let me open up the poll. It's already opened up. So have you all logged in? I think it's easy if you log in from the phone, so you can see the screen as well. Okay, one has already responded. How often do you encourage your students to create and share? Always. So yes, so let's see about the majority. So always, okay, very often. So we have yes, very often, and I think we have uh, six. So I think we are expecting six answers. Uh, Anyone who is having difficulty in getting into the poll, Miss Manoja?
Yeah, I did it. Yeah,
Ah, you did it. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, all right. So it's all right. So we will proceed with the next question. So yeah, it's really good to see that. Okay, because most of the time we have to encourage our students to create and share, because as we learned in the beginning, now the students' role is changing from a consumer to a creator. So I'm really glad to see that all of us are using this. And how often do you facilitate students to find their own answers? Do you do that? Very often. Okay, always. Very often. Very often. So, okay. Yes. So, you will learn about this also in the quest for further. So, this is also really important that we facilitate the students to find their own answers. So, uh, they are also they will learn more when we encourage students to do this. And the final question, how often do you encourage your students to ask questions in your class? Very often, always. Okay, always, always. Yes, we have to. So, right, even before starting this section, I ask questions as to whether you have any clarifications, anything. So it's very important. Not only that, but to ask questions based on what we teach. So and also we have to encourage students to ask questions from us. So then only because they are asking questions because they are really learning and they are really attentive to the lesson. So that is why they are asking questions to clarify themselves. So we have to definitely encourage that and give them the space to do that. And also we have to make the environment where they are appreciated for asking questions, but not to demotivate them for asking questions. So yes, I'm really glad to see the responses for this poll. So thank you very much, dear teachers. So okay, so if you see now, this is uh, this is another uh, method, like you can use these interactive polls. So I will share all these tools after the lesson. And now we are going into a little theory part. So I'm going to share an ebook. So I have created a book, so I'm going to share it in the Telegram. And but I don't want you all to open this now, because I am going to open this book in my computer, and I'm going to go through it with all of you together. So this is a book I prepared. Now you can actually prepare books. This is using bookcreator.com. So I will share all this. So I have prepared this book for today's lesson. So this is preparing for the virtual classroom. So in this book you will find the most important aspects that a facilitator should consider when preparing for an online session in order to deliver effectively. So you all can always access, I have shared the link, but let me take you all through this. So number one, as virtual educators or the digital teachers, so we are teaching from home. So number one is our physical environment. So we have to have a clean, organized, quiet environment for us to conduct our lesson. And also you all have to pay attention towards your background. You have to have an empty background, you have to have adequate lighting. So and also this is like making up your setup when you are becoming a digital teacher. Home is your uh, classroom actually. So although you are engaging with the students virtually, you have to make your physical environment uh, very positive and supportive towards your lesson. So that's why I have put this green plant also, or maybe a fish bowl, anything that soothes your eye. So anything, dear teachers, that you all would like to add to the physical environment that is not here. So we can make this as a discussion session. So anything. So you all maybe already having your uh, home work from home arrangements. So anything that you all think we should add into this physical environment. Nothing. Maybe what about a glass of water? Y'all may be getting tired. So for when y'all are speaking uh, consecutively for hours, so y'all can have a bottle of water or a glass of water. Anything else? Because now we have learned about a lot of digital tools. So now we are going to learn about little things that matters uh, when we are delivering a good lesson. Okay. So the next thing is a checklist. So we should have our checklist, and also, so what I mean here is, so we have to launch our Microsoft Team call and check all the features in it are working properly. And if you can remember, when I start every lesson, I ask whether you all can see me, whether you all can hear me, whether you all can see my screen. So, and also I always log into the session before the time. So that is just to ensure whether my microphones are working, webcam is working, all the things are properly working, because I don't want the lesson to be disturbed, and I don't like to uh, have any technical failures uh, before we start the session. And also, if you can see here, what I have done, launch all third-party tools in the browser and arrange in order. So you see in my browser here, so I have arranged everything. We started with the crossword, and then we did the a little activity to understand what type of a learner you are, and then we came to the poll, and now we are in this book. So I have arranged my tab accordingly, and if you can see, I also have a lesson plan here. So what am I going to do, what time, all the links and everything. So I have arranged everything. So, and that is all that I have opened, so that I will run a very smooth lesson. So these are the checklists that you have to have check before you start off with the lesson. Anything to add, dear teachers? Anything that you all are doing, you can share. So, and also I would like to request you all to switch on the videos if it's possible. So then we can also engage more, and we can make this a discussion point. Thank you very much. So, okay, thank you very much. So, what do you all think? Anything to add? Anything that you all are doing that I have not mentioned here? Nothing. Okay. So, let me move on to the next. So, that is your desktop. So, always keep your desktop very clear, and keep only the files and folders that are required for the session. So um, it's very easy. So sometimes our desktops are cluttered, and I'm not going to show my desktop because at the moment it's also a little cluttered. So, but always make it a habit to have a clear desktop, and also keep the files and the folders that are required only for the session. And from here onwards, these are some good to have things that we can do to make our digital class more effective. So in terms of monitor, so we can have two screens. So because in one screen, uh, uh, you can have the Microsoft Teams screen. So if you all can see now here, today I am logged into my lesson from only my laptop. So when I minimize this here, actually I cannot see the learners. Even though you all have switched on the videos, I cannot see. So when I minimize this, I cannot see you all at all. So that's why I'm suggesting, if you all can, these are little investments that we can go uh, to have two screens. So on one screen you can have the content and the schedule, and then the other you can have the uh, empty screen to see all the participants. And the webcam, so normally we have to keep the webcam at our eye level. So when we are speaking to the class, so we have to always look at the webcam and speak. So, and also now the inbuilt webcam that comes in our computers, laptops, so that is not very quality. So if you see in this picture also, if you take an external HD webcam, that is always better than the built-in one, and it will be more clear. So when you are delivering a lesson, it's very important for you to be visible and for you to be clear to your participants. And external webcams are much more brighter because they absorb more light and they are more wider as well. So that's another investment if we can go uh, as a digital teacher. And then there's another interesting thing, green screens. So sometimes your backgrounds would be very cluttered, and sometimes even when you put a filter, you see that it's not working properly because that is because your backgrounds are very disturbing. So if you can, this is also another investment. So in Amazon this is there, I think it's only $6-7, as I remember. So there are green screens like this, so you can actually get one. This is one something that you can fix to the chair, or there are green screens that you can stand. So it will always look professional, and also it's good for your branding as well. And the other thing is a headphone. So it's a must-have investment for a virtual classroom. So there are several types of headphones. So you have over-ear headphones, on-ear earbuds, and in-ear headphones. So you can decide what is the most suitable one for you, and give a little investment. So all these things will support you to deliver your lesson more easily. And the other thing is an external microphone. So always the built-in ones are okay, but if you have seen now, sometimes when some speak we can't hear actually, that is because of microphone issues. So if you go for an external microphone, it is always better with the quality, and also noise cancellation, because sometimes if you are in a room, the sound of your fan and the uh, sound of the fan of your computer, so these noises sometimes could have a negative impact in your lesson. So because of that, we can avoid these things if we go to something like this. And finally, a writing pad. So this is also one of the best investments for a virtual class. So if you can remember, so we did some drawings and all these activities. So if we invest on a writing pad, we can actually uh, do some more with the help of this, and it's very easy. So if you can see, so you can directly connect this writing pad into your computer, and it's very easy to use, especially like if you are using the whiteboard and all. It's very easy for you to use because it's almost like you are writing in the whiteboard in your physical classroom. So it will give the same feeling for the students as well. So these are some of the things for us to be prepared as virtual classroom teachers, and certain things to consider and certain things to invest on if we have the ability. So anything that you all would like to suggest which I have missed, anything that you all are using, anything I have not included. So nothing. Okay. So these are little things, because now because we learned a lot of tools, and now uh, today is the final session, so that's why I wanted to share about these things as well with you all. Okay, no questions, no suggestions, nothing, anything that you all are using that I have not mentioned here? Nah? Okay, so right. So then uh, the next important thing is now I will be sharing a format. It's called honeycomb evaluation. So let me share that format in the Telegram group, and also let me open it up and take you all through. So if you see, okay, so this is the honeycomb list of considerations for digital tools. So this is like a checklist. So now because we were using lot of, we were learning about lot of digital tools, and there are plenty of tools out there. So when you take a quiz tool, so there are a lot of like Kahoot and then quizzes, Quizlet. So you will find plenty. So even if you in Google, if you type Kahoot similar, you will get a lot of other digital tools. So we have to decide what is the best for our lesson. So that is why this checklist has been developed. So here, if you see, now the first one is usability. So can my students and I use this tool easily? So now when you are using a tool, it has to be easy to use. So it shouldn't be complicated. You as a teacher, and for the student also, it has to be user friendly. So this is what this is about. And then, does the digital tool work with all my devices? So whether now some are logged in from the phone, some are logged in from computers, different versions of computers. So we have to check on the compatibility as well. So whether this is compatible in all devices. And then the usefulness. Does this tool assist with meeting learning goals and outcomes? So we don't use a digital tool just for the sake of using. So we have to see now when we are doing a lesson, the tool that we are using, we have to analyze and see whether this assists us in meeting our learning goals and outcomes. So just because we learn about digital tools, we are not going to use all of them. Sorry. So, and then the desirability. So is the visual aesthetic of the tool appealing, attractive and engaging? So that is also very important. So sometimes we come across certain tools which is not very appealing, attractive, engaging. So that also has to be there. So if you can recall about the tools that we used, I think most of the tools are very attractive, colorful. So that appearance has also should be there for someone to uh, uh, find it engaging. And then findability. So are there any tutorials, help pages and any other support options? So when you come across a tool, so you have to see whether there is support. So here now actually I am supporting you all by helping you all to figure out how to use certain tools, and you all can always reach out to me and get to know if you have any doubts in using any of the tools that I have shared with you all. But if you all are encountering any tools on your own, so you can see whether there are support forums, discussion groups, on how you can use, because some tools are very complicated, especially the game fruit tool that we did the game last week. It's a little complicated, so I also had to spend a lot of time in that. So there are certain tools which are complicated, but the result is very nice at the end. And then does the navigation structure account for user behaviors and habits? So navigation in the sense like the interface, like whether is it uh, taken the consideration of the user behaviors and habits. So we have to think about that as well. And then accessibility. So is this tool affordable? If the tool is free, does it have any limitations? So this is very important. So always when I select a tool, before I do a lesson, I go and check on the limitations. So after I discuss about this template, I will teach you all how to see these limitations, because all these digital tools out there, they are just giving us a taste of it. Only a little they are giving. So but the if we want to get access to the entire tool, we have to pay. So but it's always like this. So even the free version, they have given us access, we can use it depending on the limitations. So I will show how we can see the pricings and the limitations also. So that is also very important, because let's say now we select a digital tool, and we start delivering a lesson, and there are 50 students, and the tool that I am using can accommodate only 10 students. So what will 40 students will be left alone. So that is why it is very important to look at this aspect. And does the tool give students options and choices that can leverage on different preferences, needs, and abilities? So we have to look at that as well. And does the tool require internet access? Can the tool be used with no or low bandwidth? Because sometimes some tools require a high bandwidth, and it can also have an impact on your lesson. So this also has to be looked at. And the credibility. So is there a clear privacy policy in terms of service, or does it let users maintain ownership and copyright of their intellectual property? Because these lessons that we are creating in the digital platforms, they are there. So we have to see about the intellectual property rights as well. And is the tool developed by a credible company? Because there can be uh, you know uh, no, websites, malicious websites as well. So we have to be very careful. So does the tool safeguard data from unauthorized access, disclosure, and use to advertise or market to students or their parents? So this is about the security uh, aspect, and also valuable. So does the tool save and export content as desired in a variety of forms, formats, and platforms? So sometimes, even though you develop nice content, you cannot take it. So a good example was, now actually, if you all can remember, I did this. These ones I did this actually using storyboard.com. But then I had because of the free version, I couldn't actually download what I created. So what I did was, now I took screenshots and I cropped them. I created in the website. I took screenshots and cropped them so that it's the same as that I have downloaded. So there are certain, you know, you have to be a little smart. When they give limitations, we also have to be a little smart to get what we want. So this is about the checklist. So I have already shared. So okay, any questions on this, about this part? No? So today y'all will be wondering, a lot of theories and all these things, because it's very important, because knowing all about these also important, because not just I teach you all about, I give the nice picture, but I have to give you all the other side of this as well. But don't worry, all these tools, what I did, what I shared with you all can do. It's all the free versions. I have never not used any paid version, so I have used all the free versions. So okay, so this checklist also I have shared. And now I am going to show you how to find the pricing. So when you go on to these websites, so here, okay, so if you can see, I have taken Nearpod. So this is now this is a tool that we have used in one of our previous lessons. So when you log into www.nearpod.com, you will see here. So this is how to see the limitation. So this is the menu. So when you go to menu, you see pricing. So you have to go to the pricing part, and then they show, so they ask us to choose a plan. So I always go with the free version. So here they define what is given to you in the free version, all the basic features you need to get started with Nearpod. So they give you 100 megabyte storage, 40 student joins per class. So see now, uh, if your class exceeds more than 40 students, this has a limitation. So then the other version is 75 students per lesson, but here you have to pay. And Nearpod standard features and functionality. So if you can remember that little game I did where you all had to select characters, it's like a quiz that you climbed a mountain. So that's what I did using Nearpod, and it could accommodate 40 students. So let me take another example. So when you go to Game Fruit, either the pricing is available in the menu here, or it's directly there here in the top tab. So you see here pricing. So when you go there, you can see under the free version you can create games, easy to use level builder, intuitive block programming, and then large library of free game art. So it's all there actually. You could actually create a game, but in the paid version now they have given some more features. So two classroom admins, one classroom group, full access to tutorials. So likewise. So and then let me take another one. So bamboozle. So this is we did an open quiz where you had to pick on a number and then you get a question. So here also you select the menu and it will show the pricing here. So when you go there, okay, you can create your own games, but when you upload pictures, they have to be only 500 kilobyte or 0.5 megabyte size, and add 24 images to a game. So you can add only 24 images. Games you can do with 4 teams and you can make one folder. So these are the limitations in the free version. So here Bamboozle Plus, you have to pay $7.99 a month, where you get some more added features. So this is about the limitations and how you can see the limitations when it comes to this uh, digital tools. Okay. So, any questions, any clarifications uh, you would like to know? Anything? So, we have actually come to the end of today's lesson as well. So, 4 weeks of learning, and I'm really thankful to all of you, dear teachers, because you've been there with me throughout. So, thank you very much. And so, yes, anything I would like to open up to you all. Any questions, any clarifications, um, any specific tool that you all want to do? Because now today is the last session. So, do you all want another session or anything? Because you all can request. I'm happy to share the knowledge and guide you all to be creators. So, yes, anything, dear teachers? Nothing. All good. Okay. So, right. So, then what we will do next week is so I would like to see all of you doing a little lesson. Take 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and you can take your subject matter, anything, because anything you are comfortable of. So then next week shall we have a session where you all will be doing some little lessons using any of the tools. You can combine tools or you can use one tool. So we will see that. So what do you all think? Then we have another session, and it will be really interesting to see that all of you. And if it is a new tool also, it's more than welcome, because then it will add new knowledge also, apart from what we have discussed. So I think because I think you all are already using some tools, is it? So I
Yes,
got to
sir.
know with, yeah, that's what. So yes, Miss Manoja. So any
Uh,
tools that you all are
yes,
using?
sir. I am doing history and geography. For
Uh-huh.
my geography lessons, normally I am sharing whiteboard options. There are so many tools. It is
Uh-huh.
easy to teach my students. I am doing map marking and other activities, drawing and everything's on the whiteboard. My children are interested to learn through this
Yes,
facility.
very nice, Miss. So that's very interesting. So maybe if you can do a little lesson to us next
Yes,
week.
yes, can.
So,
Now,
thank you very much.
sir?
Now?
Yeah,
Oh,
you need?
okay. You can do now.
Right.
Very interesting.
I will show you how to do that.
Sure,
Please let
sure.
me to share the whiteboard.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
so am I a presenter or a attendee?
This,
Uh,
I
Slides
can see your
slowly.
screen
Yeah,
being present.
yeah. It's loading.
Ah,
Here there are two options. So in this whiteboard, then if we can share it to collaborate with others or only with me. So as
all right.
teachers, actually then when we are doing activities, then we can share it with only with me option, because
Uh-huh.
otherwise children will play with the whiteboard.
True, true, true,
Yeah.
true.
So then, please let me to share one image of the map of Sri Lanka. Then I will show how to draw the rivers and how to mark
Okay.
it properly.
Very nice. Thank you, Miss.
Is it okay, sir? But we don't have time. No,
No, I think
it's okay.
the teachers, you all are okay, no? We can
Only
spend
few
the.
minutes. Only few minutes. Then I will take and I will show you.
Thank you very much.
Can you all see the map of Sri Lanka?
Yes.
Right. Here, now just imagine I have given you to mark some areas on the map of Sri Lanka. Then I have given you to draw two rivers. Here, just say River Mahavali and
Uh-huh.
Kalani. I am going to choose the correct color, and
Mhm.
here, from here, then I can
Ah,
show
okay.
it likewise. And
Ah,
from here, River Kalani. Then I'm going to ask you to mark candy area.
uh-huh.
Then I will type it here. Then mark candy. Already I have written the name of candy here. Then without typing on the map, then I can take this. I can transfer this area to the map. It is
Oh,
sorry. It's not coming today.
mhm.
Again, or else.
Miss, excuse me, Miss. We can take that to the candy, right? We can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, right. And It's happening. Here, then if I asked you to mark 40 RB, then so something has happened into this because
No, it is no.
okay, here then you can what is happening?
I
I
think,
think
Miss.
this whiteboard is collaborating with all of us. That's why.
Okay.
If
Maybe
it
I
is
think.
there, then we cannot use it properly. The teacher presenter should collaborate the whiteboard with only with me option. We have to select the only with me option. And sir, if we need to draw some shapes here, then now just say I am going to show the model of globe here. Then I can. Uh, Here, can you see this? Then now I'm going to mark the equator here. Right. And also then we can draw other lines on this. The latitudinal lines or longitudinal lines like that.
Very interesting, Miss. So, yeah, this is really nice because like we.
And dear teachers, if you can do any activity while using pictures, and then we can paste the pictures on this, it is like physical whiteboard, and we can transfer pictures on the whiteboard, and we can draw. We can keep space, and we can ask from our students to name the pictures, describe the pictures like that.
Okay. Very nice, Miss. No, that's really interesting to see. So you already did your lesson, and I'm pretty sure if you did that lesson with us, I know because now I will not be very good in marking all the places if you gave as a lesson. So I think you would have caught us on the spot if you did this as a lesson to us. So it's very interesting. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge. And it also now it also gave me also an insight. How certain things could be done because of what you shared. So
Yeah.
thank you very much because Miss now this knowledge sharing is the most valuable thing. So thank you for
Yeah.
taking the initiative. And
You're welcome, sir.
okay. And so we will see. Okay. So Miss Manoja, would you like to do a lesson next week also for 15 minutes? What do you say?
Okay, okay, I will do a lesson.
So let me know now. For next week, we will have 4 lessons, 15 minutes each,
Yes, sir.
and
Okay,
then for the week after next also we can have with our teachers. Okay. So Miss Manoja, will you be doing next week?
okay, okay,
Okay.
sure.
Then 3:30 to 3:45. Okay.
Okay,
So who will be doing 3:45 to 4? Who's going to be the volunteer? Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Pulakshika. So Miss Pulakshika will be doing the second, and then 4 to 4:15. Who will be doing? So okay, very interesting. 4 to 4:15. What about Miss? Okay, thank you, Miss Rochella. Okay, so we can see Miss Rochella's, and then the final lesson for next week. Who is going to be? Miss Nasma, Miss Shanika, Miss Manisha. See, one from three of you have the opportunity. See, so who is going to take it? Huh? Anyone who is going to take it? So
Yes,
Miss.
sir, I'll take that day.
Okay, thank you, Miss Manisha. So, okay. So we have 4 lessons, and I'm really looking forward for those because I also learn a lot. Because from what Miss Manoja did, I learned something. It triggered my mind. So thank you very much. And okay, so with that, thank you, dear teachers, and we have come to the end of the lesson today. But before we finish, so today I will be sharing a link for you to give the feedback. So I'm Telegram group. So that I created using bookwidgets.com. And if I am to share my screen, so when you go to the link, you will see it as uh, like this. Did you understand today's lesson? So you have 3 emojis, and then you can select an emoji. And what are your 3 main learning points of today's lesson? So this is now when we do a lesson, this is for us to get the students to summarize. So we ask, what are the 3 things you learned today? So maybe you can submit in a summarized form, and once you complete it, they will ask you to give your name, and uh, they will ask you to enter your class. So for the class, just mention D, sorry, TDT, the digital teacher in short, TDT for the class. So once you are done with the feedback, let me know. I will do a really quick demonstration on the framers space also, because I think some of our teachers have encountered some problems with it. So I will quickly show the interface, because by next week you have to complete the final quest. Have you all done? Okay. So anyone needs more time? Thank you, Miss Rochella. Okay. Okay, Miss Shanika, you have also done? Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. And since today we have taken 10 more minutes as well, so I will before ending, let me take 2 to 3 minutes quickly and show you this interface of Framer Space. Okay, before that, so this is the certificate that you will be receiving once you complete this digital teacher course. So I want all of you to get this certificate of completion. So let me just quickly show about this now. Okay, when you log into Framers Space, so this will be your normal interface. So there are many other courses as well. You can try these out actually. So when you click on here, you can see the enrolled courses. So when I go, so here I have enrolled for two. One is the digital teacher and the other is the digital teacher course facilitator. So that is to conduct this course for the other learners. So okay, now this is the one that you all are doing. So the digital teacher, once you click on that, you can see, so here the course introduction, and then the 4 modules that I am talking about: gather, the quests, navigate, design, and empower. So if you can see, in my course, these are blurred sort of, because I have completed all these modules and generated my certificate as well. Here you can see download certificate. So if I take one module, so let me click on quest 1, gather. So here you will see there are sub modules under the quest. There are modules: engage, explore, evaluate, and then the quiz. So what you have to do is, so let me select on the first subsection, quest 1, here gather. Under that, engage learners. So here you will see, so you have a lot of readings to do, a lot of hearings, and then or when you see here, so here this is for you to start matching. So here, there are activities as well, and then videos, all these. And also time to time you will see here, these are certain questions, so you have to answer them as well. So you have to answer all these questions, and to these also, you can maybe, if you like, you can answer to these as well. And then these are the mandatory questions, like in each module that you have to answer. So likewise, you can select your answer, and this is mandatory. So here it gives a star mark. So here you have to update it. You have to answer these questions in blue color. So it says explaining 40 to 100 words, and then research says. So okay, so this yellow part is not mandatory, because there isn't a mandatory star. So, and then here now, for me it says module attempted. Once you complete a module, you have to click mark as done. So you have to answer all the questions in here, and then all the other these little questions, read through everything, view all the videos, and then you have to click on the blue tab, mark as done. Then only you will successfully complete the subsection under the main section. So then you can see this part will be blurred, and then you go to the part section 2, do the same. So likewise, when you complete, and then finally once you complete all the 3 sections, you go to the quiz. So then you answer the quiz, and again in the module you have to mark the module is attempted. So there is a blue color. So under each subsection you have to mark the module as completed, and then you have to mark this entire quest as attempted. So then only when you go to this course, you will see that the main section is blurred. So then likewise you have to go to quest 2, quest 3, quest 4, and then finally once you complete all of this, from here you can download the certificate. So they will ask you to enter your name, and then you will get the generated certificate once you get a score of more than 70% to all the questions. So if you have a score less than 70%, you might have to retake the questions. So that is how you have to complete this course. Okay, I hope it was clear. So, all right. Any questions? So we have come to the end, and before that, any questions? Because I want to see all of you completing this course, and you will learn a lot of things more than what I have shared with you all. You all will learn a lot of theories, lot of articles to read. So I am only giving an overview of what you all are learning during this 1 hour. But there you have much more knowledge to enhance yourselves. So, okay. Uh, since there aren't any questions, I will be concluding the session for today. Thank you very much, dear teachers, as always, for being on time and for being here in this lesson throughout. I really appreciate that, and thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much and have a
Thank
great
you,
day.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Miss. You too. Thank you.